Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and I've got a common charity build for you this Tuesday. Again, happy Tuesday. And today's deck is going to be kind of a twist on some old stuff. We're basically playing like an upgraded Gemini Spark and doing it in common charity format. So again, everything that we're playing is common. Nothing that is a rarity. This is similar to like Magic the Gathering's Pauper. Only different because Magic doesn't like change the rarity of cards, just whether or not they're foil. And Yu-Gi-Oh! We tend to get things different rarities. So, starting the deck off, we are going to use 3 copies of the Elemental Hero Neos Alias. Now, we're using him because he is an Elemental Hero. We're using him because he is a 4-star. We're using him because he is 19. We're going to see if we can't get the focus. Being a Gemini, he's going to count as non-effect while in field or grave until he has been given an additional normal summon to gain his effect. This guy's whole effect is he just becomes Neos. We don't care about that. We care about the fact that he's a Gemini. It's what makes him cool. Next up, we are going to play 3 copies of the Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. This one's a little straightforward. If special summon, add 1 change quick play spell from deck to hand. If this is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 hero from the deck to your hand, except same name. Only use 1 effect per turn and only once that turn. So there is a reason why you'd want to play this. And additionally, like it's a cool card, just in general. 1000 by 15, not too bad. Next up, we are going to use 3 copies of the Elemental Hero Stratos. Stratos is one of those cards that we used to jokingly call the Big Blue Gadget because he did so many good things. So when he is normal or special summoned, you get to activate one of the following effects. Your choice. You can either A, destroy spell traps on the field equal to the number of hero monsters you control outside of this card. Now remember, since we are in the 2024 format right now, we have the extra zone. This could technically be 5 cards because you can have like a fusion or something up in the extra zone and you have a full board. So like this could basically be like a feather duster. And the effect that we usually use is add 1 hero monster from the deck to the hand. And again, it doesn't care what kind of heroes. If you're playing mixed heroes, this is actually really good. It's essentially playing Emergency Call with a body. Next up, one of those cards we might call in is the Elemental Hero Honest Neos. Now, this guy did in fact get a common BLC1. Quick effect, you discard this card, target a hero on the field. It gains 2500 attack until the end of this turn. This can be during the damage step, or, they don't even have to be battling an opponent's monster. We can just drop an extra 2500 points on something. Additionally, quick effect, you can discard 1 hero. This card would gain attack equal to the discarded monster's attack until the end of the turn. So it kind of works both ways. He can either power up based on other cards or power up another card. And he's just kind of genuinely insane. Other cards you're going to use from the hand, you are going to use 3 copies of Ash Blossom because we do want to stop our opponent's plays, as well as the Droll Lockbird. And again, Droll Lockbird, if a card is added from the main deck to the opponent's hand except during the draw phase, quick effect, send this from your hand to the graveyard for the rest of the turn. Cards cannot be added as either player's or from either player's main deck to the hand. So again, pretty much the same thing is going to go on between these two. Just Droll Lockbird shuts it down for a whole turn instead of 1 instance, which is nice. Moving into the spells, you are going to run 3 emergency calls because we do need to get our ability to search up, and having 3 of these and 3 Stratos is like having 6 searches, but we're not done yet. Next card we're going to get is our 3 Gemini Sparks. And again, Gemini Spark is a fun card. So the way it works, you tribute a face-up level 4 Gemini monster that you control, select 1 card on the field, and destroy the selected card. Draw 1 card. So we can go ahead off the Neos, which again, we have 6 searches already for. I do believe I have reinforcements. So there are 7 searches for Neos Alias. And we're going to go ahead and get a pop 1, draw 1 off this. So this isn't too bad. You are going to run 2 copies Mask Change. This is for your Elemental Hero. What was this name? Shadow Mist again. Target a hero that you control, send to grave. Also, after it leaves field, special summon 1 masked hero. from extra deck, same attribute that the monster had while it was on the field. And it would be the original attribute if it was face down, just in case you had something that was modifying attributes. Say like Layer of Darkness is being played against you, which is, again, kind of okay-ish, pretty good in Calm and Charity. So the mask change is going to let you get into Dark Law, which is a whole thing unto itself. It's good stuff. So again, you're going to play that. We're going to get the 1 copy Monster Reborn because you might as well get the Monster Reborn. We're also going to get 3 Gekis right now because, again, there's no rule against how many Raigekis you're allowed to play right now, which, again, is kind of silly, but these being like $2 a piece, this deck is actually very budget. And then one more time, we're going to have that Reinforcement of the Army. This makes it 7 searches for Neos, which means we could set up the main plays right away. An additional thing that we're going to be able to do, I don't know if you guys have been noticing this, but like every one of the Omni heroes, the Elemental Hero / attribute monsters, all but the Shining have come out as a common to my knowledge. Like, I haven't seen the common Shining. It might exist. But that means that we could play Super Poly, and we could Super Poly trap a lot of this while generating a hero for our side of the field. So again, just fantastic. Up next, we're going to use 3 copies of the trap card Hero Blast. So the way this one works is you target an Elemental Hero normal monster in your graveyard. Of course, Neos Alias, being a Gemini, will count as a normal monster while in the grave. Add that card back to your hand. Then, if your opponent controls any monsters with attack less than or equal to, go ahead and destroy them. What I need you to understand is Neos Alias has 1900 attack. This means, for the most part, he's always going to get to destroy something on the return with the Hero Blast after he destroyed something on the way out with the Gemini Spark. So, again, he's doing a lot of good work for us. Again, next card, we're going to be playing 3 copies Infinite Imperm. Again, this is just amazing that this is generically common. And I'm going to make this a 42 card deck because I really do love using Solemn Strikes. Strikes are, again, just really good. When a monsters would be special summoned or their effect activated, pay 1500, negate, and destroy. So this is my main deck. It is a 42 card main deck. I think that you get through it pretty quickly considering there's 7 searches. Go ahead, take a screen cap, take a photo, pause, make some notes, whatever you guys want to do. Get that out of the way real quick. I'm going to clean up the field, and I'm going to be back with my extra deck for you. So just one moment. All right, back with the extra deck. Now, first card, I'm actually going to shuffle it back to the back because it makes more sense if I just do the hero portion first rather than doing things alphabetically. So first and foremost, you actually have Absolute Zero at 2. Ab Zero is probably the coolest of all of the Omni heroes since he's the only one that's generic hero instead of elemental hero plus attribute. He's going to add water to himself. Must be fusion summoned, gains 500 attack per water monster on the field except for same name cards. If this card were to leave the field, destroy all monsters the opponent controls. So even if they do board wipe him, like, he board wipes back. We're going to play 2 copies Escarido. Escarido is going to be E-Hero plus Dark. Must be fusion summoned. Again, I think every hero has that line. Gains 100 attack for every elemental hero monster in your graveyard. So again, the longer the match goes, the better he's going to be. Again, Dark being one of the more common attributes, you're probably going to play this guy a lot. Next up would be the elemental hero Gaia. Gaia, obviously, hero plus earth. If fusion summoned, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Until the end of this turn, that monster is halved, and this card itself will gain the half that was taken. So again, just real quick, if this is going up against Blue Eyes is going to go down to 15. We're going to get to 15. We're going to be at 3,700. So again, that's pretty cool. Next up is probably one of my favorites. 2 copies, Great Tornado. This is E-Hero plus Wind. If fusion summoned, have the attack and defense of all face-up monsters the opponent currently controls. This is wonderful. I love it. And then last of the elementals, we're going to use 2 copies Nova Master. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different characters 2 times. That's going to be 10 cards already. When this guy does battle and destroys an opponent's monster, he's just a quick draw one. There are some Fire Salamangreat decks that are running around in Common Charity. Fire Kings have some cards since their structure deck. This isn't as hard to get out as you might think. For the Masked Hero, we are going to run 2 Darklaw, and the reason we're running 2 is because we pulled 2 masks. Must be special summoned by the mask change. Any card sent to the opponent's graveyard is banished instead. Once per turn, if your opponent adds a card or cards from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase or the damage step, you can banish a random card in their hand. This is a giant hate letter to your opponent, because again, a lot of effects, they need to go to the graveyard to resolve. If they can't get there, they don't resolve. There's a lot of hand traps that have to make it there, or else you just banished them and there's no payoff. Same thing with the whole adding to hand. We're able to still punish them even if we don't have our Droll Lockbird or we don't have our Ash Blossom. So again, it's good. And then as far as our generic targets for the Super Poly, I do have a Diplexer Chimera in here, and I probably could have used something like this in my advanced format. I played the new Exodia. I probably could have put this in there. It's just any two Cyberse monsters would have been good. And then Starving Venom Fusion Dragon rounds it up to 15 for me. And again, it's just any 2 darks. So pretty cheap and easy deck to put together. It's not too bad. This one's got a bunch of hand traps. This one might do something. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, consider supporting the channel. It's as easy as a like, comment, sub. Follow us. Do the stuff. Don't do the stuff. That's up to you guys. I hope that you had fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I got some weird Magic comparison for tomorrow. So if you're into that, check us out. We'll be here. See you later.